Williams, Patsy Cline, and Johnny Cash, some of country's greatest legends, have played here at the Ryman.
And that great tradition continues with the Gaither Vocal Band and one amazing tenor named David Phelps.
A shooting star tumbles down. Its flame cannot endure. A scarlet rose withers brown. To lose its fragrant lure.
You've been described as the greatest tenor there is. I mean, I've heard all these amazing things. You had quite a few teachers in high school because you did start so young that really wanted you to go to the opera route, all the, right?
Yeah, that's right.
How'd you get past all that and find out where you wanted to be?
Well, what did it was in my little town of Tomball, Texas, I sang for a talent competition. And, I was trying to find out something I was good at because, there was a lot of things I wasn't good at that I knew of. And
was ninth grade.
I sang this song. I just, it was so awkwardly, I stepped out in front of the microphone, sang my song, and then as soon as I was finished, I ducked my head and went back and I walked behind the curtain and they said, they're standing up out there. So I had to go to the side and look and peek out just so I could see it. And I thought, okay, this is something I can latch on to and I can do. And really from that moment, I look back now and I see how odd it is. From that moment on, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. It was about 10th grade that I sang a song in church and my mom said, I'm afraid you're trying to sing too high and you're going to hurt your voice. So she said, let's get you in some voice lessons. And so I started taking down at University of Houston from a great teacher, and then went to Baylor after I graduated and I got a degree in music. They said, if my accountant dad said, okay, if you're going to do music, which I'm not sold on yet, you're going to go to school and learn how to do it right. At least,
So then you won the seminar and you were set. Everything you got, everything you ever wanted,
Absolutely.
And you and your wife
I went up to Estes Park and I won the seminar and it was great. And I walked home with a trophy back into anonymity. I mean, it was everything, and what kept ringing through my ears were the voices of a lot of the artists who I just looked up to so much. I'd go to Christian bookstores and spend all day Saturday in front of the accompaniment track section and just, okay, what are the ones that I can sing? And so this is what the fire was inside of me. So I just would sing everywhere anybody would listen to me.
Well, you hit the point with your wife Lori where y'all had been here and nothing was happening and you were running out of money, right?
Well, God brought Lori to me. She's another one of those people in my life, not only for a great friend and mate and, wife.
Does she keep you humble with
she
9
keeps me
platinum
humble,
videos?
absolutely.
She said, you are not all that.
Change this diaper. But she is the reason, I was debating, should we move to Nashville? I really want to. I feel like it's the next step. She said, we were fixing to buy a house, and I was really doing that for her because I wanted to give that to her in Dallas. And she said, this isn't right. We were on the way to close. She said, this isn't right. We turned around, backed out of that, and within a week, we moved to Nashville. And it was just as hard as I thought it was going to be. It was really hard. And so I went, after about 6 months, went on a vacation back to Texas with my family and said, we're going to have to move back. And we prayed all week, and I got in the car with faith with my family and, feeling like such a vagabond, and said, okay, and we drove back to Nashville specifically for a meeting with Word. And I'd met with other record labels. Nothing had happened, but the doors just flew open, and it was so obvious that God was in control. And like a snowball rolling downhill, within 2 weeks, I was a member of the Gaither Vocal Band. They had mentioned it and put me in contact, and so it was just an incredible moment.
Like Little League to the Yankees.
I could not get hit by a truck standing out in the middle of the street. And then all of a sudden, I'm on stage the next weekend in front of 18,000 people, We know
everybody loves you with the Gaither Vocal Band, and they love you as a solo artist, and we say thank you for being with us.
Good News with Don and Cheryl is brought to you by Evan Almighty in theaters June 22nd.
Hey, Dad, look, 2 doves.
Why are all these animals
following Evan Baxter.
Sheep!
God only knows.
And I want you to build an ark. Yeah.
From the director of Bruce Almighty comes the story of an ordinary man.
This is so awesome!
Who was born to rock the boat.
I can't even get my cat to use the litter box.
Evan Almighty. Rated PG. Starts June 22nd.